Many people set out to change their lives every year for many reasons. Some of them want to lose weight, increase their income, or spend more time with their family. However, less than 8% of them succeed in achieving the desired goal, as they face an obstacle that makes them anxious and unmotivated during their journey towards change. It is important to realize that feeling anxious is a normal part of life. Things don't usually happen as quickly and efficiently as you think. Depending on why you feel this way, there are several things you can do to regain your enthusiasm and energy again. Therefore, we list below 7 common causes of anxiety, in addition to some strategies that will make you feel inner peace and motivation. 1. Suppressing true passion. Every person has 2 voices in their head, one representing the inner self and the other the inner critic. Your inner self is the voice of your imagination, your self-confidence, and your sense of purpose and meaning in your life. It allowed you to do whatever you wanted when you were young, where you played when you wanted to play, and slept whenever you wanted without anything restricting you. But as you grow older, it becomes ingrained in your mind that striving to achieve your goals is a sign of selfishness and indifference, and that critical voice inside you begins to take charge and convince you that not taking any risks is the best option. You feel anxious and want to suppress your desires to please others. This internal battle is exhausting, so you must be honest with yourself all the time. Allow your inner self to guide you and accept the fact that you cannot please everyone. 2. Struggle on several fronts. When it is said that you can have anything you want, it does not mean that you can get everything immediately. You may feel anxious and unmotivated because you haven't got it right and you've set yourself up for failure. For example, you may find it difficult to reduce your spending while trying to eat healthy food, as most people realize that eating healthy food requires spending more money on fresh foods. But in any case, since your goals are conflicting, you must prioritize your goals. The same applies if your goal is to get a promotion when you want to spend more time with your family, as getting a promotion usually requires taking on more projects in addition to your current workload. Naturally, you will build competencies as you become more familiar with new tasks, but you may have to work overtime on multiple occasions as well. 3. Negative outlook towards life. Failure often makes you want to reevaluate your life, and you may have the following questions when you face setbacks. Was this really what you intended to do? Should I have risked it and been more careful? Does that mean this isn't right for me? It's a natural feeling to feel anxious when you wonder if you've wasted the past few years chasing an unattainable dream. But the problem is asking yourself, what went wrong? Is that it produces a negative answer. It is difficult to overcome negative views. This is because it always pushes you to believe that you can do better and you do not. And this is why many people get stuck in the analysis stage when they want to change their lives. Every time they take action, they discover that they can do it better than planned. They end up doing nothing. Instead of constantly thinking about everything that is wrong in the world, train yourself to identify the right things in your life and try to ask yourself, what are the positive results of trying and failing? For lack of trust. Somewhere along this life's journey, you must have stopped believing that you are good enough. However, the quick solution to this problem is to think about something that makes you feel very confident in yourself, such as thinking about something simple, such as your proficiency in riding a bike or conducting a job interview. Is it fair to say that you have never been confident in your skills in a job interview? So what has changed? What has changed is the fact that you have had many jobs over the years. The same idea goes with your confidence in your ability to ride a bike. When you achieve a goal, doubt disappears from your consciousness. This means you no longer feel the need to spend 3 days preparing for a job interview or researching how to ride a bike. You are very confident in yourself. That's because you've successfully navigated a variety of interview questions before. You will lack confidence and only feel anxious when you are not adequately prepared for the task at hand. 5. Excessive dependence on others. Dependence on others is not always a bad thing. As the African proverb says, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with others. When you work with others, you have an accountability partner who motivates you to keep going. However, problems begin to arise when you become too dependent on others. The more you depend on others, the more you give up control over parts of your life. It can be likened to those group projects that you did in school. If you don't want to procrastinate, you will get frustrated when your partner postpones completing a task until a week before its due date. To stop feeling anxious and prevent others from bringing you down, you need to work with people who share your core values. 6. Feeling exhausted. Burnout is no joke, and it usually results from trying to get too much done too quickly. You feel that you have wasted a lot of time, and now you want to make up for the past 5 years in a short time. A classic example of this is, someone has gained 40 kilograms in 3 years, and now wants to get rid of this excess weight within 3 months. Is this possible? Sure, but what kind of diet do you need to lose 3 kilos every week? He always found an excuse to postpone it, and now he feels that the matter has become urgent and he can no longer tolerate postponement at all. You will find him working tirelessly during the day on his basic work and spending the night devoted to his project until he hardly gets only 1 hour of sleep. You may undoubtedly feel that things are finally starting to move in the right direction, but for how long can you maintain this pace? When burnout finally hits, you'll feel anxious, especially as your gains slowly erode. For this reason, you need to set a realistic timeline for your goals, and you should remember that you are building a life-changing habit and it takes time. Likewise, if a person wanted to start a business project during the past 2 years, but he always found an excuse to postpone it, and now feels that the matter has become urgent and he can no longer tolerate postponement at all, you will find him working tirelessly during the day on his basic work and spending the night devoted to his project until he hardly gets only 1 hour of sleep. You may undoubtedly feel that things are finally starting to move in the right direction, but for how long can you maintain this pace? When burnout finally hits, you'll feel anxious, especially as your gains slowly erode. For this reason, you need to set a realistic timeline for your goals, and you should remember that you are building a life-changing habit and it takes time. 7. Working in isolation from others. Whether you find it difficult to trust others or you try to hide your setbacks, isolating yourself from others is disastrous. The reason the most successful people have coaches and mentors is that seeing things from a different perspective is very helpful, especially if the guidance is from an expert in achieving the same goals you have set for yourself. Often, when you isolate yourself, your perception is influenced by your own biases. Maybe the only thing you're missing is the ability to pitch your idea to someone else. Of course, you will not ask them to find the idea for you, but you will gain knowledge from discussing your ideas with others. So do not burden yourself with what you cannot bear. Aside from feeling anxious and exhausted, your isolation may also affect your results. Final thoughts. The first step to stopping feeling anxious and unmotivated is to acknowledge that something did not go as planned. Whether you set an unrealistic schedule or experience an unexpected setback, realize that you need to make an adjustment. This allows you to stop holding on to the past so you can move forward into the future. Feelings of despair and helplessness may drain your motivation, but you will find success by allowing yourself to make adjustments as you gain more knowledge. And always remember that your past does not dictate your future if you change the actions that led to your previous results.